Hi there. Today about how to control the mind, how to stop the mind moving. In short, how to train the mind. It's a vital skill that most of us do not possess and do not use in our lives. We don't even know. The majority of us, human beings, do not even know that the mind can and should be trained. So we live our lives terrorized by the mind, specifically by the moving thoughts. We are caught up in them. We seemingly move with them. And we cannot stop because they are not stopping. They're moving and moving all the time. So, what to do? Firstly, we need to understand that the mind has many layers. To make it simpler, I'll just talk about the two layers. There is a surface layer where the surface thoughts are moving all the time. Starting, ending, rising, falling, constantly changing, being completely unreliable. And we move with them. We seemingly move with them because we reside habitually in the surface part of the mind. But then there is the other part of the mind, still part of the mind, that is not moving. We need to be residing there. That is the aim of training of the mind, controlling the mind. Stop the mind from moving. Reside habitually in the still part of the mind and not on the surface. And you will not be caught in surface thoughts anymore. You will understand that surface thoughts are just small talk, idle chatter, gossip, hearsay, mostly untrue, completely not important, completely irrelevant. So what do? How do you train the mind? How do you stop the mind moving? When the thought rises, you step straight into it and you say, not interested. It's a hearsay, it's a gossip, it's not true, it's unreliable, it's changing at all times, not interested. The thought will disintegrate and the chain of thoughts will break. Because you see, thoughts are completely empty. There is nothing in them. Nothing. Empty. They will disintegrate back into nothingness, where they came from. So at the start of training of the mind, you have to do that. Again and again and again. You have to be very vigilant. Cut the slack. Observance. Vigilance. Perseverance. Notice the mind rising. Notice the thought rising. Step into it straight away. Say, not interested. It will disintegrate. The chain will break. But then another thought will arise after a while and so on and so on. But in between, you will start having breaks. You will start having rest. You will start having a peaceful mind. What do you want? A peaceful, still mind. Not perturbed by the thoughts. Because you are in constant distress by the moving thoughts. After a while, after doing that for a while, you will notice that the moving thoughts will be less and less frequent. And the resting periods, still periods in between, will be longer and longer. Till one day you will notice that these moving thoughts will still be doing rounds somewhere in the background, but that they will not disturb you anymore. You will just notice them, but not engage with them, not interested. They can do their own business, nothing to do with me. Just like that. Completely at ease, completely at peace, in total control of the moving thoughts, not being distressed by them at all, not moving by them at all anymore. Resting still in the still part of the mind. This happens when you train the mind and you persevere with it. It doesn't happen overnight because it's taken us many lifetimes to come to this point in time when we are completely distressed by the moving thoughts and travel with them. So it takes a while. But if you are persistent, vigilant, you will make progress. And periods in between the thoughts or chains of thoughts will be longer and longer till one day you will mostly habitually rest in the still part of the mind. And it will be the biggest transformation that has ever happened in your life. And from there on, you go further, you build on. There are still layers inside the still part of the mind, and you can go deeper and deeper, but this is not the subject of this video. If you've achieved that you can control the surface thoughts, that you can stop the train of thought, stop the mind from moving. Actually, you're not stopping it, but you're not affected by it anymore. You're resting in a different layer of the mind. It's a great progress. You've been training the mind successfully. And if you haven't done it yet, if you haven't started yet, get into it. Let me finish with that. Take care.